This is where it all began.
Yep.
The shed in Jack Marucci's backyard is now part of baseball history.
Okay. This was the spot where a lot of the bats were first started.
All because of what happened 10 years ago, when Marucci's son Gino wanted to swing a bat like his big league heroes.
He was 8 years old, and he goes, "Dad, man, I'd really like to have a wood bat."
The problem? Bat companies didn't really make wooden bats for kids, only aluminum ones. Marucci got creative.
Do we have the original here?
Actually, I do.
Carving a bat at his workbench.
Well, this was kind of a crude model. I used burned his name in there.
So tell me how someone goes from making bats for 8-year-olds to making bats for Hall of Famers.
Well, sometimes I think we still scratch our head.
Marucci's job as head athletic trainer at LSU put him in regular contact with players, including former major leaguer Kurt Ainsworth, who convinced him to start a company making handmade bats for professionals.
How many bats are you making a day now?
About 400 or 500 bats a day.
This is what they have today. A company that provides bats for more than 30% of major league players, including all-stars Jose Reyes, David Ortiz, and Chase Utley.
That is hammered into left.
Albert Pujols was swinging a Marucci bat when he hit 3 home runs in last year's World Series, a feat equaled only by Reggie Jackson and Babe Ruth, and part of the reason why Pujols signed a $240 million contract in the offseason.
My name is Albert Pujols. I swing Marucci. Now you can too.
Pujols, though, is not endorsed by Marucci. In a rather unique business arrangement, he and other players actually own part of the company.
We have about 25 players involved in this company, and truly that's our secret sauce, to have those guys involved.
Is that like the new exclusive club inside Major League Baseball if you're a part owner of Marucci?
It's the Marucci fraternity.
The wood for Marucci bats is harvested from the rich forests of Pennsylvania and southern New York. Mostly maple, some ash, cut from a mill the company bought 4 years ago.
And it's an Amish-run mill in Amish country. It's a really cool story, and without that mill, we wouldn't be here today.
On arrival, each piece is weighed, graded, and separated. Just 13% will make the big leagues.
These are the ones that don't make it to our players. Or
the rest? Look no further than next door. $1 million worth of the world's most expensive firewood.
One small blemish like that, and that never makes a Major League Baseball field.
Oh, it doesn't make any field.
Players are that particular.
And we have certain players that have 18 to 20 models for themselves, like Chase Utley has 18 models in our computer of his own bat, different variations.
And he knows every single one.
And he knows every single one.
We used a Pujols bat to take a few swings at Marucci's training center, where players often work with Ainsworth and co-founder Joe Lawrence.
Barrel to Kurt.
Both now manage day-to-day operations and have expanded the company's offerings: aluminum bats, gloves, and clothing.
The grassroots of the company is still the core of the wood bat, but we're building everything around that, where we're almost becoming a mecca of baseball.
Jack, who remains part owner, never left his day job, but he insists that no matter what Marucci makes, it will always stay true to the original mission, which began in that now famous backyard.
There it is.